Mark DeRocher. I'm the founder of Avant Running, and I wanted to jump on in here to give you guys a little bit more information about myself, about the brand, and the journey that I've been on to get to where we are today. Before we jump into the brand, let's start off, get a little backstory about who I am, where I'm from, how I got to where I am right now. Yeah, my name is Mark DeRocher. Originally grew up in Chicago, there for 18 years before I moved out to Arizona where I attended ASU. While in high school, I ran cross country. Enjoyed running, I didn't love it. My dad was a runner, so I grew up around running, and it was always something that was just there. I didn't really know if that was something I really wanted to do, and at the end of high school, I did not want to run anymore. I was over it, I was done with it. So went on to college, didn't really work out, didn't run, really kind of felt lost. And that's where it came to me post-college. After I graduated, started working a full-time job, I needed some type of athletic outlet. So I decided to pick up running again. Started off just running 1 mile every day. I was like, if I could run 1 mile every day for 7 days straight, I can then run 2 miles starting the next week, then 3 miles, right? And just built myself back up. After 6 months of running like that, I ran my first half marathon, finished, and that's all I was looking for. I ran it an hour and 50 minutes, not bad, not great by any means either, but for my first one, after not running for many years, I was happy with that result. Then it went on for another couple months here and there. I was just running every once in a while, didn't really have any structured plan, didn't know what I was doing, had no goal in mind, and I started feeling lost. I knew I wanted to run, but I didn't know what I wanted to do with it. That's where I stumbled across runners that had run streaks, and I was very intrigued by the thought of that, of running every single day. For me, it's something that I was familiar with, not in the sense of running, but in design. So I do graphic design, and I'm self-taught, and one of the things that really helped propel my career in graphic design was when I set on a 100-day design streak. So I challenge myself every single day to come up with a new design. So I've always liked that mindset of repetitive practice ends up being great results. You grow so much from that, you learn so much from it as well. And so with that, I set out on a plan to do a 100-day run streak. This was back in the summer of 2024. I hit 100 days, didn't want to stop. Not surprised, that's just who I am. I get to that spot and I wanted to keep going. I was like, how far can I take this thing? I took it a little too far. This past summer, in 2025, I got hurt. I had reached over a year, which I was very happy about. I wanted to hit a year, but I could feel the injury coming on and I wasn't smart with it, and I kept running through it, ended up being injured. But I still was able to get the dedication, get the discipline, get the mindset I wanted out of that practice that is now carried over into the way I still do things in the sport, even outside of sport now in business as well. That discipline that I created during that time has led to many, many great things for myself. So again, now here we are today, about a little 2.5 years into my running journey, and about 6 months to a year into building this brand. So now trying to transition into talking about the brand and how we got here as well. All right, so now talking about the brand. How did we come to where we are now with Avant? So a little more backstory. Always loved clothes, always loved fashion. It's always been something that intrigued me. I was really always interested in it. Not only was it graphics of clothing, but also the fit, the feel, the function of it as well. So back in 2021, I actually started a streetwear brand called Uncommon. Streetwear brand, lots of graphics, really focused on tees, hoodies, and hats. That's all it was. I always knew I wanted to do more. I wanted to do more custom pieces, really designing the garments themselves rather than just putting a logo on a blank. But didn't really know how to venture into that or what to do or where the space was or where the market was with any of that. I was talking earlier how I got into running about 2.5 years ago. During that time as well, it came to my mind, well, I'm already making clothes here in streetwear. Why don't I make clothes for running as well? This is something that takes up a large part of my life. I'm again training pretty much every single day. Why not design stuff specifically for that? So the idea started getting rolling, started thinking of brand names, was really brainstorming that, and really wanted something to truly embody what I feel is true to myself in the sport of running and training. And that's where we came to Avant. So what does Avant mean? Well, it's a French word that translates to forward. Originally when I heard that, I thought it meant forward as in moving forward. Which really resonated with me at the time. During the run streak, I was like, one step forward each day gets you closer to your goal, really building that discipline over and over and over, right? Did a little more research. It does mean forward, but it also is more in the sense of forward as in before. It's the preface of a word, it's a forward of a play, of a movie, of a book, right? What comes first? And so I got to thinking, I was like, well, that still applies to what I want to do here with Avant as a brand, right? When you think about it, you get up in the morning, it's 4:30, alarm clock goes off. Do you really want to get up? You're thinking, all right, well, I got to get my shoes on, I got to get my clothes on, I got to get my hydration in, I got to get out the door, right? And I really want Avant to be that thought. You get up, what am I doing to prepare myself for this workout? I'm putting on Avant. We want to be a part of your daily routine. We want to be a part of your daily success. And how can we do that? Well, that's by designing pieces specifically for performance and specifically for the athlete in mind. So now, fast forward a little bit more, been building this brand now for 6 months or so, really focusing on the pieces and how they fit, how they feel, the material of the garments. All of that is really big to me. And making sure that the cut is correct. And so that's where we are now. Our final samples in for our first drop, and we're going to be introducing those a little bit later on as well. And really, again, that's just a quick short story of Avant. We'll go into much more detail later in a separate video as well, but just wanted to kind of give a background of how we came to where we are today before jumping into showing you some of these pieces.